We often hear that the past is behind us, and that we should let go of old wounds. But for many, the past feels more like a shadow we can never escape. It lingers over our present, weighing us down with regrets, mistakes, and the constant reminder of who we once were. But what if we told you that the key to unlocking your true potential lies not in revisiting your past, but in focusing on the possibilities of your future? At its core, this message is simple. The past is a chapter that has already been written, and the future is a story waiting to unfold. Every moment you spend ruminating on what you could have done differently, or wishing you could change the past, is time and energy taken away from the incredible opportunities that lie ahead. The future, by contrast, is a canvas, a blank space full of endless potential, where your decisions today will shape who you become tomorrow. The tendency to focus on the past is deeply ingrained in human nature. We are hardwired to remember our experiences and learn from them, which is, in many ways, a gift. But when this memory turns into a pattern of overthinking, self-blame, or dwelling on missed chances, it can become an anchor that keeps us from moving forward. How often do we find ourselves caught in a loop of, I should have, if only, or I wish I had? These thoughts are like chains, locking us in a cycle that prevents growth. The regret we carry from our past mistakes and the guilt we feel for opportunities lost are powerful forces that shape our present. But they don't have to define our future. Now more than ever, the importance of shifting our focus to the future is vital. We live in a world where constant change is the only constant. Technology, society, and even personal circumstances evolve at a pace that is hard to keep up with, making it easy to get overwhelmed and look backward, thinking that the past holds the answers to our current struggles. In truth, many people find themselves trapped in a cycle of negative self-talk, driven by limiting beliefs and old narratives about who they are or what they can achieve. These beliefs, often formed by past failures or traumatic experiences, hold us back from stepping into the new opportunities life has to offer. The truth is, no matter where you are right now or what you've been through, you have the power to change your future. It's easy to feel stuck, especially when we're bombarded with messages about how things should have been different or how our mistakes are permanent. But the future is not a fixed destination. It is shaped by the choices we make today. The experiences of our past do not need to dictate our potential for the future, and yet many of us allow them to. We let our mistakes, failures, and disappointments define who we are instead of using them as stepping stones to growth. The past is important only as far as it teaches us valuable lessons, not as something to dwell on or regret. This is where the real transformation begins, in the act of shifting your focus. To let go of the grip the past holds on your thoughts and actions, and to direct your energy toward what's ahead. Doing so means embracing the belief that your future is not limited by what you've done or failed to do, but is filled with endless possibilities. By shifting your perspective, you can begin to free yourself from the weight of yesterday and step confidently into the opportunities of tomorrow. This is not just about thinking positive or moving on from the past. It's about actively choosing to look ahead and embracing the uncertainty of the future with courage and hope. For many, this shift is not easy. It requires unlearning the patterns of thinking that have been ingrained over years of negative self-talk or the remnants of past pain. It requires confronting the limiting beliefs that may have been formed by past experiences, such as the belief that we are not good enough, not capable enough, or that we are defined by our past mistakes. These beliefs don't just hold us back. They shape the way we view ourselves and the world around us. But the truth is that these beliefs are often not rooted in reality. They are based on past experiences that we have attached meaning to, and they can be changed. You can rewrite your narrative, break free from old patterns, and embrace a new way of thinking. This journey towards the future is a journey of personal transformation. It's about choosing to believe that you are more than your past. The decisions you make today, your actions, your attitude, and the way you approach challenges, all of these things shape the life you create for yourself. By choosing to focus on your future, you free yourself from the emotional baggage of regret, guilt, and shame that hold you back from taking action and living the life you deserve. You give yourself permission to grow, to evolve, and to create something greater than what you've experienced before. In this audiobook, we will explore how to make that shift. We will dive deep into understanding the psychological and emotional pull of the past and how it influences our thinking, behavior, and decision-making. We will also provide you with practical strategies for breaking free from those limiting beliefs, focusing on the future, and creating a life that is aligned with your deepest desires and potential. Through this journey, we'll help you see your future not as a continuation of your past, but as a space full of new opportunities where you can make choices that align with your highest self. The purpose of this audiobook is to guide you in creating a mindset that is rooted in hope, possibility, and forward momentum, to help you recognize that your future is a canvas waiting for you to paint it with your dreams, ambitions, and goals, and to encourage you to take the first step toward embracing that future with open arms. The power to change is already within you, and by focusing on your future, you unlock the door to your true potential. It's time to stop looking backward and start moving forward. The best chapters of your life are yet to be written. The human mind is a fascinating entity, capable of incredible adaptability and growth. Yet it has a tendency to cling to what it knows, and for many, this means holding on to past experiences, memories, and identities. It is easy to understand why. Our past shapes who we are in countless ways, and the memories we carry with us are pieces of a puzzle that we often view as defining. Yet these memories, whether filled with joy, sorrow, regret, or triumph, can have a more insidious impact than we realize. The mind, in its effort to protect and make sense of these experiences, can turn them into psychological anchors that hold us in place. This attachment to the past is not merely an intellectual exercise, it often becomes a deep emotional and psychological burden. It manifests as guilt, shame, resentment, and regret. The mind replays these past moments like a broken record, reminding us of mistakes we've made or situations we can't undo. If we're not careful, this constant replay can rob us of the energy and mental clarity needed to move forward. It's as though we are chained to the past, endlessly reflecting on what went wrong, wishing we could go back and change things. This obsession with past errors can block our ability to envision a better future, as the weight of these memories distorts our perceptions of what is possible. The emotional toll of holding onto the past is profound. Replaying past mistakes or ruminating on missed opportunities not only drains our mental energy, but it also impacts our physical well-being. The constant stress of regret and guilt can lead to anxiety, depression, and a sense of helplessness. Over time, this becomes a cycle that's difficult to break. The more we focus on the past, the more we reinforce the belief that we are helpless or unable to change. The past begins to define us even though it is, in reality, just a series of moments that, in the grand scheme of our lives, no longer hold the power to dictate our future unless we let them. One of the most significant ways in which the past influences our present is through the creation of limiting beliefs. These beliefs are born out of experiences that have left an emotional imprint on us. For instance, someone who failed at an important project may internalize the belief, "I'm not good enough," or "I'll never succeed." Another person who faced a difficult childhood may grow up believing, "I'll always fail because I wasn't supported." These beliefs, while rooted in past events, become lenses through which we see the world. They shape the choices we make and the actions we take or fail to take moving forward. Limiting beliefs are often a direct result of cognitive distortions. These are patterns of negative thinking that twist our perceptions, causing us to see situations in a much worse light than they actually are. One common distortion is catastrophizing, where we imagine the worst possible outcome in every situation. Someone who has experienced a setback may think, "This is it. I'll never recover." Another distortion is overgeneralization, which involves taking one negative experience and applying it universally. For instance, failing in one relationship might lead someone to believe, "I'm just not capable of having a healthy relationship." These distorted thoughts can be incredibly damaging because they're rarely based on objective truths. They're shaped by emotions, fears, and past experiences that, while significant, don't represent the full picture of who we are or what we're capable of achieving. What's often missed in these beliefs is that failure is not a reflection of our worth, it's a natural part of growth. It's through our mistakes that we learn, evolve, and become better versions of ourselves. Yet, when we hold on to the past with the belief that we are defined by it, we create a future that is limited and constricted. In order to break free from these limitations, we must first develop self-awareness. Recognizing when we are allowing past beliefs to dictate our actions is the first step toward freeing ourselves from them. This requires us to tune in to our thoughts and question their validity. Why do I believe that I'm not good enough? Is that truly who I am? Or is it something I've carried from an experience long gone? These questions are not easy to answer, but they are essential for breaking the cycle of negative thinking. One way to begin this process is through mindfulness practices. Mindfulness helps us become aware of our thoughts and feelings without judgment. When we practice mindfulness, we learn to observe our mental patterns rather than becoming consumed by them. For example, if we notice ourselves slipping into a pattern of regret or self-blame, mindfulness allows us to acknowledge these thoughts without letting them define us. We can recognize that these are merely thoughts, not facts, and that they don't have to control our actions or our mindset moving forward. Alongside mindfulness, self-compassion plays a crucial role in the process of healing and moving forward. For many, the past is a source of deep pain. Whether it's the weight of regret over a past decision or the lingering effects of a past trauma, these wounds can be difficult to heal. However, healing doesn't come from self-punishment. It comes from compassion, allowing ourselves to feel the pain without letting it define who we are. When we are compassionate with ourselves, we free ourselves from the burden of judgment and guilt. We learn to accept that we are human, and that our mistakes are part of the process of growth, not a measure of our worth. When we let go of the emotional baggage that comes with clinging to the past, we open ourselves up to greater emotional freedom. We no longer need to carry the weight of resentment, regret, or shame, and this newfound freedom allows us to make clearer decisions, take bolder actions, and engage more fully with the present moment. As we release these emotional burdens, we make space for new experiences, new perspectives, and the possibility of a brighter future. Consider the stories of people who have been able to break free from the past and achieve remarkable success. Take, for example, someone who grew up in poverty but, after recognizing and releasing the limiting beliefs formed in childhood, goes on to build a thriving business. Or someone who faced personal failure, but after reframing their mistakes and embracing a growth mindset, became a successful writer or entrepreneur. These stories aren't just about overcoming the odds. They're about the emotional liberation that comes with shifting focus from what has been to what is possible. Emotional freedom is not just about letting go of the past. It's about understanding that we are not defined by what has happened to us. When we stop holding on to the stories of failure, disappointment, or trauma, we open up the space for a new story to emerge. This is the transformative power of focusing on the future. By releasing the grip the past has on us, we make room for new possibilities, new experiences, and new chapters in our lives. As you move forward, remember that the past, no matter how painful or difficult, is just one part of your story. It does not need to determine your future. The choice to focus on the future, to break free from limiting beliefs, and to let go of past emotional baggage is a powerful one. It's the first step toward unlocking your true potential and creating a future that is full of possibility. The more you practice letting go of the past, the more freedom you will feel, and the more you'll realize that the future is not only yours to shape, but it is waiting for you to step into it. Shifting focus from the past to the future is not merely an act of optimism. It is a fundamental change in how we approach life, one that has profound psychological benefits. The human mind is wired to seek purpose and meaning, and when we focus on the future, we tap into a powerful sense of hope, motivation, and drive. These future-oriented emotions don't just help us feel better. They have tangible effects on our mental health and well-being. Hope is not a fleeting feeling. It's a powerful, scientifically validated psychological force that has been shown to improve mental resilience, reduce stress, and increase our overall sense of life satisfaction. When we focus on the future, our minds become energized by the possibilities that lie ahead. We begin to think in terms of potential rather than limitations. This shift enables us to develop a mindset that is not rooted in past failures but in the excitement of what could be. Hope gives us a reason to keep moving forward, even in the face of adversity. It tells us that the challenges we face today are not insurmountable, but are part of a greater process of growth and transformation. When we can look toward the future with hope, we activate the brain's reward system, creating a positive feedback loop that reinforces our motivation to take action. Focusing on the future also has a profound impact on how we manage our emotions. When we train our brain to focus on positive outcomes and possibilities, we reduce the mental clutter created by negative self-talk and limiting beliefs. We learn to reframe our thoughts, replacing "I can't" with "I can." The more we consciously train our minds to see the opportunities ahead, the more we develop a future-oriented mindset that fuels our motivation and action. One of the most powerful tools for focusing on the future is goal setting. Goals give us direction and purpose. They act as the roadmap for our journey, providing clarity about where we're headed and how we plan to get there. Setting achievable and inspiring goals aligns our actions with our values, passions, and long-term vision, helping us stay on course despite challenges. However, goal setting is not just about writing down aspirations. It's about making those aspirations tangible and actionable. The SMART goal framework is one of the most effective methods for turning dreams into reality. SMART stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. By making goals specific, we eliminate ambiguity and provide ourselves with a clear target to aim for. Measurable goals allow us to track our progress, giving us the motivation to keep going. Achievable goals are those that stretch our abilities, without being unrealistic, pushing us to grow while ensuring we don't set ourselves up for failure. Relevant goals align with our values and long-term vision, ensuring that the work we put in is meaningful. Lastly, setting time-bound goals creates a sense of urgency, motivating us to take action now rather than procrastinate. Another effective strategy for maintaining focus on the future is the use of vision boards and visualization techniques. These tools allow us to bring our goals to life, creating a visual representation of our desired future. Visualization helps us mentally rehearse success, envisioning ourselves achieving our goals and feeling the emotions that come with that success. This process not only boosts motivation but also helps us build the mental and emotional resilience needed to stay focused on our goals. When we have a clear, vivid image of our future self and our aspirations, we're more likely to make decisions that align with that vision. The power of a future self-vision cannot be underestimated. It serves as a constant reminder of who we want to become and what we want to achieve. This vision acts as both a compass and a source of inspiration, helping us stay on track when obstacles arise. As we align our actions with our long-term goals, we make choices that bring us closer to the person we are striving to be, rather than being bogged down by the weight of past mistakes or failures. Building resilience and flexibility is key to successfully focusing on the future, especially when facing uncertainty or setbacks. The future is, by nature, unpredictable, and the road to our goals is rarely linear. Challenges will arise, and there will be moments when we question whether we're on the right path. Resilience, the ability to bounce back from adversity, is essential during these times. Developing emotional resilience means building the mental and emotional strength to adapt, learn, and grow from setbacks. One powerful strategy for building resilience is adopting a growth mindset. A growth mindset is the belief that abilities and intelligence can be developed through effort, learning, and persistence. People with a growth mindset view challenges as opportunities for growth rather than insurmountable obstacles. They understand that failure is not a reflection of their abilities, but a natural part of the learning process. By reframing setbacks as stepping stones, we develop the resilience necessary to continue moving forward, no matter the circumstances. Cognitive reframing is another effective tool for building resilience. It involves changing the way we interpret and respond to situations. For example, instead of seeing failure as a sign that we're not good enough, we can reframe it as valuable feedback that helps us refine our approach. This shift in perspective makes us more adaptable and open to the lessons that come from challenges. By developing these skills, we become more resilient, more flexible, and better equipped to handle whatever the future may bring. Real-life examples of people who thrived by focusing on the future, despite setbacks, are inspiring reminders of the power of resilience. Consider someone who lost their job but, instead of dwelling on the loss, used it as an opportunity to start their own business or pursue a new career path. Or someone who faced significant personal challenges but found strength in their vision of a better future, using their experiences to fuel their determination and drive. These individuals exemplify the transformative power of resilience and the importance of maintaining focus on the future, even when the past or present seems daunting. Action and consistency are also critical components of future-focused success. It's easy to become overwhelmed by the enormity of our long-term goals, but success is rarely achieved through grand, sweeping gestures. It is the small, consistent actions that accumulate over time to create lasting change. Taking consistent action toward our goals, no matter how small, is the key to building momentum and making progress. Every step forward, no matter how minor it seems, is an investment in our future. Habit formation plays a crucial role in this process. The more we practice taking consistent action, the more these actions become ingrained in our routine. Over time, these habits become the foundation upon which we build success. Whether it's committing to a daily writing habit, exercising regularly, or setting aside time each day for personal development, consistency turns good intentions into tangible results. To stay motivated and focused on long-term goals, it's important to break them down into manageable daily actions. This prevents us from feeling overwhelmed and allows us to make steady progress, even when faced with challenges. Celebrating small wins along the way is another key element of maintaining motivation. Every milestone, no matter how minor, deserves recognition. These small victories build our confidence and reinforce the belief that we are capable of achieving our larger goals. Lastly, embracing uncertainty is an essential part of focusing on the future. Life is inherently unpredictable, and the future is filled with unknowns. Rather than fearing this uncertainty, we can choose to embrace it as a source of opportunity. The willingness to take calculated risks and step outside our comfort zone often leads to the most significant growth and reward. When we embrace uncertainty, we open ourselves up to new possibilities and experiences that would otherwise remain out of reach. The importance of taking calculated risks cannot be overstated. Life doesn't come with guarantees, but it does come with opportunities. Opportunities that often require us to step into the unknown. Whether it's taking a leap of faith in a new career, moving to a new city, or starting a new relationship, embracing uncertainty is an essential part of moving forward. By viewing uncertainty as an invitation to explore, rather than a threat, we expand our horizons and unlock doors to new opportunities. Examples of personal and professional growth achieved through embracing the unknown are abundant. Many successful entrepreneurs, artists, and leaders have achieved greatness by stepping into the unknown and taking risks. They understood that the path to success was not always clear, but they chose to move forward anyway, trusting that the future would offer rewards for their courage and determination. In conclusion, shifting our focus to the future requires a deliberate, consistent effort to embrace hope, set meaningful goals, build resilience, and take action. It means learning to navigate uncertainty with confidence, understanding that the unknown holds the potential for growth and transformation. The future is not something to fear, but something to create. By focusing on the future, we unlock our potential and step into a life filled with possibility and purpose. To shift focus from the past to the future we need to actively cultivate habits and practices that support this forward-thinking mindset. One of the most powerful tools at our disposal is mindfulness. Mindfulness, the practice of being fully present in the moment, is not just about awareness. It's about intentional focus. It allows us to observe our thoughts without judgment and to steer them in the direction we desire, toward the future. Mindfulness helps us break free from the trap of rumination, that persistent habit of replaying past events or worrying about future ones. By learning to stay present, we can minimize the grip that the past has on us. A regular mindfulness practice allows us to anchor ourselves in the present moment, reducing anxiety and redirecting our attention to what matters, our aspirations and goals. It teaches us to view thoughts about the past not as truths we must dwell on, but as transient mental events that can be observed and then set aside. Meditation complements mindfulness by providing a structured opportunity to clear the mind and focus on positive, future-oriented imagery. One effective meditation technique for future focus is guided visualization. This practice involves imagining your ideal future in vivid detail. What does success look like for you? Where are you in 5 years? What kind of person have you become? Visualization helps to create a mental roadmap, connecting your present self to your future aspirations. By immersing yourself in these visualizations regularly, you strengthen the neural pathways associated with positive outcomes, making it easier to take the necessary steps to bring them to life. A simple way to incorporate mindfulness into your daily routine is through brief mindfulness sessions. Even just 5 minutes a day can be transformative. Begin by finding a quiet space where you can sit comfortably. Focus on your breathing, observing each inhale and exhale. When your mind drifts to past worries or negative thoughts, gently bring it back to the present moment. As you grow in mindfulness, you'll notice a decrease in the tendency to dwell on past mistakes or regrets. Instead, you'll find that your mind naturally starts to orient toward future possibilities. Another effective tool for future focus is journaling. Writing not only serves as a reflection of where we've been but also acts as a guide for where we want to go. Journaling can be a powerful tool for both tracking progress and refining our goals. It allows us to make sense of our thoughts and feelings, offering clarity on what is truly important to us. Regular journaling helps to keep us connected to our vision for the future while fostering a sense of accountability. When journaling for future growth, it's important to ask the right questions. Prompts, such as where do I see myself in 5 years? Or what kind of person do I want to become? Are excellent starting points. These questions help direct our attention to long-term goals and aspirations. Reflecting on our progress is also essential. Ask yourself, what steps have I taken this week toward my goals? Or what obstacles have I overcome? Such reflections deepen our understanding of the journey we're on and encourage us to continue moving forward. Journaling also provides a space to refine our goals. As we evolve, so too should our objectives. Writing about our experiences and growth helps us stay open to change, adjusting our plans as needed. Tracking our progress over time builds confidence and momentum, reinforcing our commitment to our future self. With each entry, we continue to take ownership of our future, ensuring it becomes a reality. While personal practices such as mindfulness and journaling are essential, it's equally important to surround ourselves with positivity. The people we spend time with, the content we consume, and the environments we inhabit all influence our mindset. When we surround ourselves with positive influences, we amplify our potential for growth and success. The energy of those around us can either propel us forward or hold us back. This is why cultivating a growth-oriented social circle is vital for anyone committed to focusing on the future. A supportive community provides encouragement, inspiration, and accountability. It can be invaluable during moments of self-doubt or when facing challenges. Having people who believe in you and your potential serves as a constant reminder that the future holds endless opportunities. Surrounding yourself with individuals who share a growth mindset not only fosters motivation but also challenges you to aim higher. Whether it's through friendships, mentorship, or professional networks, positive relationships are key to staying aligned with your goals. The power of social media and online communities should not be underestimated. In today's world, we have access to an abundance of motivational content, success stories, and communities that foster personal growth. Following individuals who share their journeys of transformation can be a great source of inspiration. Likewise, participating in online groups focused on specific goals, whether it's fitness, entrepreneurship, or creative endeavors, can provide valuable support and accountability. When curating your environment, consider how it reflects your vision for the future. Is your physical space organized and motivating? Do you have reminders of your goals visible in your surroundings? Our environment can subtly influence our mindset, so it's important to create spaces that encourage focus, creativity, and progress. From your workspace to your home, aligning your surroundings with your future aspirations can have a profound impact on your ability to stay committed to your goals. Staying committed to personal growth is another fundamental aspect of focusing on the future. The most successful individuals are not those who reach their goals overnight, but those who are committed to continual learning and self-improvement. Personal growth is a lifelong journey, and the willingness to invest in yourself is one of the most powerful ways to ensure that your future remains bright. Building a habit of lifelong learning is crucial. Whether it's reading books, taking courses, or seeking mentorship, continual education expands your knowledge, sharpens your skills, and helps you remain adaptable in a rapidly changing world. The more you learn, the more you grow, both as a person and as a professional. Learning not only helps you achieve your goals, but also enhances your overall sense of purpose and fulfillment. Examples of successful individuals who prioritize personal growth are abundant. Entrepreneurs like Elon Musk and Oprah Winfrey constantly invest in their own learning, whether through books, mentors, or new experiences. They understand that growth doesn't stop once you reach a certain level of success. Rather, it's a lifelong pursuit. By embracing the habit of continual learning, you can stay ahead of the curve, adapt to changing circumstances, and ensure that your future is shaped by your ongoing commitment to self-improvement. The process of personal growth requires dedication, resilience, and a willingness to embrace discomfort. As you continue to develop, you may encounter setbacks or face challenges that push you out of your comfort zone. These moments are precisely when growth occurs. By leaning into these experiences, you'll learn new skills, gain valuable insights, and build the emotional strength necessary to stay focused on your future. It's through this constant process of self-discovery and improvement that we build the foundation for a successful and fulfilling future. In conclusion, focusing on your future requires more than just setting goals and dreaming big. It requires the cultivation of habits and practices that support this future-oriented mindset. Mindfulness, journaling, surrounding yourself with positive influences, and staying committed to lifelong learning are all essential components of this journey. By integrating these tools into your daily life, you'll create the mental, emotional, and social environment needed to stay aligned with your future goals. The future is a canvas waiting for you to create your masterpiece, and with the right mindset and tools, you can confidently move forward and make that vision a reality. As we reflect on the journey we've taken in this audiobook, it's important to reiterate the core message. The future is not something that happens to us. It is something we create. By focusing on the future, we free ourselves from the emotional weight of past regrets and limitations, stepping into a space of limitless possibility and opportunity. Throughout this guide, we've explored the power of shifting our mindset, cultivating forward momentum, and using practical tools to make lasting change. First, we examined how the past, with all its baggage, whether in the form of guilt, shame, regret, or limiting beliefs, can keep us anchored in a place of stagnation. These thoughts and memories can prevent us from moving forward, trapping us in patterns of self-doubt and negative self-talk. But by recognizing that these past experiences do not define us, we empower ourselves to break free from the constraints they impose. Letting go of past pain and limiting beliefs allows us to embrace a new story, one that is written by our own hands, guided by our desires for the future. Next, we delved into the psychology of forward momentum, uncovering how hope, motivation, and the belief in positive outcomes can serve as powerful catalysts for change. We discussed how to train the mind to focus on the possibilities ahead, setting goals that are aligned with our passions and values. We explored strategies for building resilience, flexibility, and consistency, traits that are essential in navigating the uncertainties of life and staying on course toward our dreams. Embracing the unknown, rather than fearing it, opens the door to endless opportunities and new experiences. This mindset allows us to approach challenges as stepping stones rather than roadblocks. We also explored practical tools that can support this transformation, such as mindfulness and meditation, journaling, and surrounding ourselves with positivity. These practices help keep our focus sharp, our hearts aligned with our goals, and our minds clear of distractions. Mindfulness, in particular, teaches us to stay present and intentional, while journaling offers a space for reflection, growth, and course correction. By fostering a supportive environment and surrounding ourselves with like-minded individuals, we create a space where our future-focused mindset can thrive. In addition, we highlighted the importance of continual growth and learning. The journey toward a fulfilling future is not a one-time event but a lifelong commitment. By adopting a mindset of self-improvement, we equip ourselves with the tools, knowledge, and skills needed to continuously evolve and adapt. This process, though sometimes challenging, is what allows us to shape a future that reflects our true potential. Now it's time to take action. The future doesn't begin tomorrow, it begins today. You have the power to choose how you engage with the present moment. One of the most powerful ways to kickstart this journey is by setting a small, actionable goal. It doesn't need to be a grand gesture or a monumental leap. It simply needs to be something that moves you in the direction of your future. Whether it's taking 5 minutes each morning to practice mindfulness, writing down your vision for the next 5 years, or simply deciding to shift your focus toward the possibilities ahead instead of dwelling on the past, the key is to take that first step. Remember, it's not about perfection. It's about progress. Every small action you take compounds over time, creating a momentum that propels you forward. It's the consistency, the willingness to stay on course even when things get tough, that makes the difference between dreaming about the future and actively creating it. So start today, no matter how small, and trust that each step will bring you closer to the future you envision. The truth is, the future is full of infinite possibilities, and you have the power to shape it with your mindset and your choices. The past is a chapter that has already been written, but the pages of your future are blank, ready for you to fill with stories of growth, achievement, and transformation. Whatever you have faced before, whatever mistakes you have made, they do not have to dictate the direction of your life moving forward. You are the author of your own narrative, and the future is waiting for you to create it. The journey toward a future-focused mindset is not always easy, but it is always worth it. When you begin to shift your focus from what has been to what can be, you tap into a wellspring of hope and possibility. With each day, you'll find that the weight of the past begins to lighten, and the excitement of the future takes its place. Keep moving forward, keep believing in your own potential, and remember that the best is yet to come. Your future is yours to create. Embrace it with open arms, an open mind, and the unwavering belief that you have everything you need to shape it into something incredible. The power to transform your life is within you, and the time to begin is now.